Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about products I didn't like so much. Now, a word before we start. The fact that I don't like a product doesn't mean that you will dislike it as well. It just means that it doesn't perform as well or does the thing that I was hoping for it to do. So, drugstore products. Since not always you can not always you can test a product in the drugstore, I feel that sometimes you buy a cat in the sack and you don't really know what you're gonna get. This is why reviews and bloggers are alive, to give us all their opinion on the subject. However, I found that most of the products that I disliked are products that were raved about others. And I also feel that when it comes to lower price brands, people don't feel the same urge to share all the bad things that they found, because when you buy something really expensive like a Chanel or Dior or something like that, and you want to share your review with the world, you will mention that the texture is kind of hard to work with if it's the case. You will mention that it oxidizes. You will mention that it doesn't give you the luminosity that you were hoping to get from this product, because you actually paid a lot of money and you were expecting it to do magic to your face. On the other hand, when you review an equivalent drugstore product, you won't always say that it's not as luminous as I expect. You say, oh, it gives a nice luminosity, oh, it gives a nice sheen. You usually don't expect as much from a drugstore brand because you pay so much less money that you're kind of happy to get what you're getting, if you know what I mean. I was raised with the phrase that we're not rich enough to buy cheap things, and that's because from my experience and from my parents' experience, when you buy a really cheap thing just because it's cheap and you hope to get something out of it, you will either end up buying a lot of cheap dupes for that while you're looking for the one thing that you actually wanted, rather than spending the same or even less amount of money on a higher end product that already does all that and you can actually enjoy its use. Or you will buy a cheaper one, get disappointed, and go and buy the higher end one anyways, and then you just throw your money down the drain. So this is my philosophy. As you will see, I do have a lot of higher end products that I got disappointed with, so you know, there is no safe win or safe bet in any category, but that's just how I feel about things. So let's get started. Now, the first and the most outraging, I believe, it's this Revlon Color Stay Stick. It's Torch. Yes, the dual-sided cream stick that is supposed to be amazing and awesome. It's the best color in the range, blah blah blah. I absolutely hate it. It's not true to color, it has a poor pigmentation, and it is extremely hard to blend and work with. So a major for this one. And I am talking about the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I have the translucent shade. Now, first of all, the packaging is crap. It's simply crap. It doesn't close properly. It already cracked, and I keep this only in my drawer. It never goes into my handbag or into my makeup bag because I just don't trust the lid to stay in place. Now, it has a nice pigmentation. It's not as smooth as people say about it. It's not finely milled or anything. It's just a regular, okay drugstore powder. That's it. I am really angry at myself for purchasing this next product, and I am talking about Maybelline's Illegal Length Mascara. I tried this back when I was a lot younger, many years ago, and or this or a dupe for it from Maybelline. I don't know if they have revamped this or not, but I tried it and I hated it. And lately, people all over YouTube have been popping and saying how much they like it, how much it made their lashes great, and that they also hated it back in the day when they tried it for the first time, but today this version is amazing and great. So I believed it, I bought it, it didn't change, it's too wet, it doesn't do any kind of volumizing, it barely gives you length, and the actual The actual formula, it stinks. I'm sorry, I'm not so sensitive to smells, but this mascara simply stinks. Next up, although I really do love Rimmel's products, but this one really is just a wah product for me. It's the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. And the foundation, the Wake Me Up foundation by Rimmel, it's nice, it's okay. I did recommend it to a friend of mine. This, however, doesn't cover a bloody thing, anything. So guys, it's really not worth it in my opinion. Next product, I'm not really sure that this exact product is the one that was raved about. People keep on talking about the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer, and this is exactly what it says here, and it looks like the packaging that people are raving about, but here in Israel, usually brands don't bring all their range, all their shades, they bring just a few. So we have only 3 shades, number 1 which is Ivory, which is the one that I have, number 2 and number 3 which are medium and dark tones. So I don't have the actual illuminator, which I don't know how it's called, but it's not the Ivory one. I did buy the Ivory. I was kind of hoping to get that touche éclat effect that everyone were raving about, and I didn't. It is a nice product, it is very smooth, it goes nicely under my eyes. I wouldn't cover blemishes with it because the pigmentation is just not enough, but guys, really, to compare this to the touche éclat, and I don't like touche éclat, but really, to compare this, come on, no. Next up are lipsticks, and this is gonna become as a shock to you. Lip butters by Revlon. Now, you know that I like the formula. You also know that their shade that's called Sugar Plum, which I have recently discovered, has entered my A-team, my 12 best of 2012 products. The major rant that I have about those is their color range, and that's because, well, most of them just simply look the same. They don't have enough pigmentation to justify so many pinks and so many nudes in my taste. No. Next product is this Maybelline lipstick, and this is the 020 Tropical Pink Color Sensational Lip Pop Sticks. Not lipsticks, pop sticks. I heard others talk about it, but honestly I bought it just because I thought it was really cool, that it has this neon-y shade and that it turns pink, but it's really rubbish. It's not good for people who have any kind of pigmentation on their lips, such as moi, because it doesn't show up. Mascaras. You know I'm a mascara freak, I love them, I love trying them all, and I often get disappointed. The first disappointment is this Maybelline, the Colossal Volume Express Mascara Smoky Eyes. It's the one that has the smoke on the lid. It's horrible. It's wet, it doesn't volumize, it lengthens okay, it has a horrible smell, it stings in your eyes, and it clumps your lashes together, which is the worst thing that a mascara can do to thin lashes like mine. So, big no-no. The next one is the Rimmel Scandalized Show Off. It's the one that has the rubber wand with the little ball on the tip of it. And I simply don't like it because it doesn't do anything. It defines my lashes, but it doesn't lengthen them the way I want it to. It doesn't give them volume. It has this huge applicator that is really hard to work with if you don't have huge eyes. So I really have no idea what they were thinking about in Rimmel. Next up, a Bourjois Liner Future, which is just this kind of pen eyeliner, and the tip of it is too long, too unruly, and it produces too many products, so you can't really do a fine line with it. You kind of have to go with a thick liner, which is not everyone's cup of tea. Revlon Color Stay Charcoal Carbon, and this is supposed to be one of those gel liners, and you get a brush as well. Well, I'm not gonna even talk about the brush because it's completely rubbish, but the formula of this gel is horrific. It's awful. It's smudges everywhere. It's smooth, like, it's not smooth, it's soft like butter, so you can't really get a precise line because you keep on creating shapes on the liner itself, which it's just bad product. Now lipstick. I had a phase where I wanted to try some browns, and this lipstick is one of the reasons I usually don't wear brown, seriously, because it's the Color Riche 408 L'Or Electrique lipstick by L'Oreal, and it looks really cool. Like, it looks metallic-y, mauvey brown. It has a bit of a copper in it as well, but when you apply it onto your lips, first of all, it's drying as hell, and second of all, it just doesn't have a good pigmentation. Like, I can rub it on my hand a lot, and this is what you get. Come on. Next up, and this is the final thing from the Drugstore Galore, is the L'Oreal Nude Magique BB Powder. Now, when I saw this in the drugstore, I was ecstatic, like, oh, BB powder, that looks so awesome. I can really use it during the day on top of my BB cream. Well, it does have pigmentation, I'll give it that. It's quite finely milled, but it simply doesn't stay on your face. Like, you know that you usually use a powder product on top of a liquid to make it last, to make it stay, to seal it? Well, you need a powder to go on top of that because it just poofs away from your face in 10 minutes. Maybe I'm not using it right, maybe I didn't get what this product is supposed to be, so if you know, please let me know. But for now, wah. That's all I have to say. So yeah, I hope it helps you. I hope you took some pointers out of this video, and if you like this type of video, then please give me a thumbs up and go over to my blog to view the list of all the products that I mentioned, and for many reviews, chatter, beauty, makeup bag, essentials, and many other things that I think you would like. Bye for now.